Good evening, a warm welcome to State of Business, RTV's Primetime Business News Bulletin, and I'm Rukshi Panditaratna. Let's take a look at the headlines first. President meets rice mill owners and rice importers, and Gampaha people losing property to Central Expressway, not happy with compensations. And today on Top Stories, President Maithripala Sirisena today instructed the officials to put in place two separate maximum retail prices for local and imported rice, respectively. The President said this during a discussion he had with a group of rice millers and rice importers at the President's Secretariat. Here, the President highlighted the importance of coming up with a mechanism to provide rice for an affordable price to the public. The President stressed that tax concessions given for rice imports should be fully transferred to the consumer. It was also decided to maintain a rice stock of 100 metric tons with the government. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe was offered an honorary doctorate by the Deakin University of Australia today. The university said it was offered for his significant contributions in reforms in economy, education and human rights in Sri Lanka. The honorary doctorate was offered to Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe by the Chancellor of the University, Professor John Stanhope. Later, addressing the graduates, Prime Minister Wickremesinghe said that the world is changing fast and in line with that change, our future path should also be changed. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister held a discussion with the Governor of the State of Victoria, Linda Dessau, at her official residence today. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe is in Australia on a 4-day state visit. The people who would lose their property to the Central Expressway project say they are unfairly treated when assessing the compensation. The villagers of the Gampaha Division Secretariat Division said they will organize a protest in Colombo tomorrow seeking solutions to their plight.
වෙළඳ ව්‍යාපාර කරන අයට දැන් කියනවා බදු ගෙවන කොළ දෙන්න එතකොට වන්දි ගෙවන්නම් කියලා. නමුත් ඔබ දන්නවා අපි හැමෝම දන්නවා මේ හැම කෙනෙක්ම වෙළඳ ව්‍යාපාර වලට බදු ගෙවන්නේ නැහැ. එහෙම බදු ගෙවන ව්‍යාපාරිකයෝ ඇති ඒ අය නගරේ ඉන්න මහා පරිමාණ අය. ඒතර ඒ අයගේ මිම්මට මේ ගමේ ඉන්න පොඩි සිල්ලර කඩයක් කරන පුංචි කඩයක් කරන තැඹිලි ටිකක් වුණ ගන්න කෙසෙල් ටිකක් වුණ ගන්න මිනිස්සුයව ඇදලා දැමීමෙන් ඔවුන්ගේ ජීවන තත්ත්වය අධිවේගී මාර්ගය ඇති කරලා බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන රටේ ජීවන තත්ත්වය ඉහළ දැමීම. මේකෙන් වෙන්නේ මොකද එක පිරිසක් පල්ලෙහාට දාලා තව පිරිසකගේ ජීවන තත්ත්වය හැදීමක් නම් ඒක අටුව කඩලා පුටු හැදිල්ලක් විදියටයි අපි දකින්නේ. ඒ වගේම ඊළඟට අපි මතක් කරනවා පවතින මිල සහ වෙළඳපොළ මිල කියන එක පටලවා ගන්න නැතුව අපිට අහිමි වෙන ඉඩම් ප්‍රමාණයෙන් භාගයක්වත් මිලදී ගන්න පුළුවන් වන්දියක් අපිට ලබා දිය යුතුයි කියන එකයි අපි ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් ඉල්ලන්නේ.
Perpetual Treasuries has filed a case in Court of Appeal seeking an order restraining Central Bank against a decision taken to curtail operations of the company on the orders of the Monetary Board. Perpetual Treasuries has cited the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, including its governor, Dr. Indrajit Kumaraswamy, and the Monetary Board as respondents in the petition. Meanwhile, addressing the media in Colombo today, former Minister Bandula Gunawardena said, former Central Bank Governor Arjuna Mahendran is now challenging the laws of the country to cover up his alleged misdeeds.
එතුමාගේ බෑනනුවන්ගේ සමාගම භාණ්ඩාගාර බැඳුම් කර ගණදිනු හරහා ගණදිනු කරලා තමන්ගේ සමාගමේ වත්කම් ප්‍රමාණය කෝටි 2600ට වැඩි කරලා ඒ අතර විදේශ සංචාරවලදී මුදල් අවභාවිතා කරලා ඒ මිනිස්යාට විරුද්ධව කිසිම ක්‍රියාමාර්ගයක් ගන්නවා පමණක් නොව ගැනීමට උත්සාහ කරාම මහා බැංකුවට CID එක විරුද්ධව දැන් CID එකටත් බෑ මෙයා පිළිබඳ විභාග කරා. ඒ තරම් ਸਰව බලධාරී මහා බලපරාක්‍රමයෙන් යුත්
Let's take a look at more news after this break. Welcome back. National Lotteries Board has posted a profit before tax of 809 million rupees up to November 2016 by streamlining the activities of the organization. According to data, the NLB had incurred a loss of 9 million rupees in 2014 and in 2015. The profit was 241 million rupees. Today, we spoke to NLB's board member Shamindra De Silva for more details related to transforming the NLB.
As you see, this company, from the time we took over in 2015, is run almost like a private sector organization because it is led by a full-time professional chairman. So the board is fully professional in that sense because it consists of almost in its entirety all professionals. Then it has also formulated a very balanced set of objectives and also formulates strategies and tactics to realize these objectives.
De Silva said the present board has been able to bring in a private sector business model into the organization and it has contributed immensely towards its growth. However, as a public sector entity, it has been able to create value to the state as well as to those who depend on it. NLB's supply chain has a direct employment of around over 16,000 and indirect employment extending up to 25,000.
Actually, we have looked at it from a perspective of a real dynamic public sector organization. In other words, it's the financial results eventually that matters, but it's not only financial results but also what operational drivers and performance factors go to produce those financial results. So as far as the financial results are concerned, the company that was operating at a loss despite doing a turnover of about 15 billion, I think during the first year itself we were able to get a growth up to about 17 billion. We crossed the 17 billion mark, and also we have made a net profit of nearly 250 million. That is also after making an additional contribution in the form of tax revenue as well as contribution to the consolidated fund amounting to nearly 800 million. So basically we could say that we have created value within an year extending over to about 1 billion rupees. So I think by any stretch of imagination, I'm not going to say that whether it's good or bad is for somebody to judge, but what I would like to say is somebody can gauge and see the extent of value creation, and that is of course the value that we have created, but it is also important to see how we created the value.
Now we have few more stories in brief. The Little Hearts project organized a walk in Colombo to raise funds to construct a 10-storied building to house the heart and intensive care unit of the Lady Ridgeway Hospital in Borella. A number of prominent personalities including IGP Pujit Jayasundara took part in the walk. The estimated cost of the project is 2 billion rupees. 199 new Pirivena teachers received their appointment letters today. Education Minister Akila Viraj Karyavasam was the chief guest at the occasion. Speaking here, the minister said a number of reforms will be implemented in the education sector to improve the quality of education. Fitch Ratings has revised the outlook on Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation's Insurer Financial Strength rating to stable from negative and affirmed the IFS rating at B+. SLIC's ratings reflect its established franchise and market position in Sri Lanka, 99.9% state ownership and importance to the government as the largest state-owned insurer. Let's take a look at stocks after this break. Welcome back. The trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange closed in the green due to price gains in counters such as John Keys Holdings, Nestle Lanka and Sampath Bank. The all-share price index gained 10.21 points to close at 6,148.94 and the S&P SL 20 gained 11.69 points to close the session at 3,532.93. Turnover was 548.9 million rupees and 20.2 million shares were traded. Crossings were witnessed in Dialog Asiata, John Keys Holdings and Hatton National Bank. Mixed interest was observed in Hemas Holdings and Land Brewery, whilst retail interest was noted in Swisstech and Ceylon Bank. Meanwhile, foreigners remained active, closing as net buyers mainly due to foreign purchases in John Keys Holdings. Total foreign purchases accounted for 63.4% of turnover. Let's take a look at today's forex rates. Thank you for watching State of Business. See you tomorrow at the same time. Till then, take care. Good night.